and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley, and today we're going to be planning to pan for 2023. Now, this is not going to be a comprehensive overview of everything that I'll be panning in the coming year. You guys know I usually have multiple projects going on simultaneously, many of which have randomized prompts, so it really doesn't make a lot of sense to try to plan all of that out, as part of the beauty and fun of those projects is the wild spontaneity and chance that comes with each type of randomized prompt. However, there are going to be some items that I want to make sure that I'm focusing on, whether they're in a project or behind the scenes, because I want to try to get them used up in the coming year. Now, before we talk about what those projects are or products are, I want to give a huge thank you and shout out to Nordgreen of Copenhagen for sponsoring today's video. If you've never heard of Nordgreen, they are a Scandinavian watch company that prioritizes social and environmental responsibility. Every customer who purchases one of their beautiful watches is also encouraged to choose one of their important highlighted global causes that their purchase will actually contribute to, which is very exciting. Things like clean water and education and maintaining the forests and the Amazonian rainforests to help protect our environment. These are things that are very important to their business, and as a certified B corporation, they are held to a much higher standard when it comes to social and environmental responsibility, and that is something that I am 100% behind. Now, in addition to that, all of their packaging is comprised of recycled paper and plastic bottles, and all of their shipping boxes are made of FSC certified cardboard. Now, if you don't know what that means is that all of the cardboard that they use has to be certified as coming from specifically planted forests that are there to create things like paper, cardboard, etc., rather than old growth forests. And that's very, very important. Also, it helps with the recyclability of all of those products, and they pack and ship everything as minimally as possible, which I personally love. I don't like getting a million boxes within boxes and packing things. It's just too much and it leads to a lot of waste. They really have made a very concerted effort of streamlining all of that and still making a beautiful product, which is awesome. All right, so this is the watch that I actually chose. So when it comes to you, it comes in this just very sleek and lovely pull-out cardboard drawer. It has all of the information as well as an extra link here. But you'll notice there are two sides here, and I'll tell you what those are for in a minute. All right, so this is the watch that I essentially built on the Nordgreen website. So I started by choosing the collection that I wanted, and for me, I chose the Native collection. I just thought it was so timeless and beautiful. But then I got to choose the background of the watch face itself. So for me, I chose the Sunray crystal. So you'll notice that when the light hits it, it has some different colored reflections, just very subtly, but then also in the 12, 3, 6, and 9, there are these tiny sparkly little crystals that are just so pretty. I also got to choose the size of the face itself. So I went with the 28mm face size, but you can also choose a 32mm face size if you prefer something with a little bit more substance to it. But then you also get to choose the band. I went with the 5 link, but they have a lot of different options, and I chose silver, but you can also go with gold or rose gold. You can do mesh, you can do leather, you can do vegan leather. They have a lot of different options depending on your tastes. But for me, I think the neatest part is that you don't have to stick with the band that you originally choose. So I don't know if my camera is going to pick it up very well or not, but it has these little pins right here. So you can purchase different bands, keep your same watch face, and just change out the band depending on how you maybe want to change things up a little bit. Such a smart and good idea. You get to keep the original timepiece, but just change it as your style changes. And I think that's so smart. That's so smart. I think one of the watches that I am most excited about is actually one of their newest, which is the Guardian. The reason that I personally find this one so exciting is because it's actually made of 85% recycled stainless steel case and strap. That is awesome. It is so funny because my 5-year-old, I have been instilling in him the importance of recycling and reusing and things like that. And so when he talks about recycling, he's like, we should recycle because then things become new. You can have a new bike or a new skateboard or a new balloon, which it doesn't fully work that way, but I'm not going to say that to a 5-year-old. But in this case, it does. Recycled materials are becoming parts of these watches, and I think that that's really exciting, and I really wish that more and more companies would go in that direction. Now, we are in the season of gift giving, so I do want to let you know that they are currently running 20% off of all of their gift sets. But I do have an affiliate discount code with them, so I will have that here on the screen. You can save an additional 15% off of your purchase in addition to that 20% discount. So definitely make sure to check the description box below. All of the information is going to be there, and if you place your order by the 18th of December, it will arrive to you before Christmas. So if you're purchasing for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, this is the time to do it. Thank you again to Nordgreen for sponsoring this video, and let's talk about the items that I'm going to be focused on panning in the coming year. So the first one is actually a perfume. So this is my oldest perfume. I am not going to try to say this. This is a Lancôme perfume, and it is French, and I don't speak French, so I will have it down on the bottom there. But this is my oldest perfume, and I love this perfume. The reason that I've had this for so long is because this was actually a wedding gift from my husband. So we have been married for 7 years now, and I've used, I would say probably right around half, since the bottle is at its largest at the top and then it tapers down. I would say I've used about half. And I can tell that it's starting to get a little bit older because the color is significantly darker than it was originally. And while it's still a beautiful scent, it doesn't smell off or anything. It doesn't last as long as it once did. So I would really like to shoot for the stars there and get this used up before the end of the year. Now, another item that I have had for far too long is this right here from Clarins. This is the back. No, it's not. That was the front. Okay. This is their Instant Light Lip Comfort Oil. I really like this, but I almost never use it. And part of it is because I don't know why I bought the one that is just obnoxiously full of glitter. Now, the nice thing is that the glitter isn't overly obnoxious. Like, it looks like it would be in the tube, but it's not. It's actually incredibly beautiful. I just never think to use it, and the glitter in it doesn't like stick to your lips all funky once the actual lip oil has absorbed and worn away. It's actually a really beautiful product. I just, again, need to make a very concerted effort at making sure to use it. I have another lip product that I do want to make sure that I use, and this is not for a hugely specific reason. This is an older lip product, but it's not like the oldest lip gloss that I own or anything like that. I'm just trying to maintain a trend of using through some of my lip products. I have already used through this year one full-size lip gloss and a mini of one of the Fenty lip glosses, and I really love the formula of this. So I want to keep on with that because your girl has way too many lip products in her life. So this one is in the shade Sweet Mouth. It is a little bit on the frosty side, which isn't my favorite. I don't think it's gonna matter showing you a swatch here next to the other. A little bit pinky. It is a little bit frosty on the lips, but not like aggressively so. I didn't fall out of the 80s with this. It's really beautiful, very hydrating. I enjoy the formula so much. And then the last lip item that I have in this is from Tarte. This is one of my Maracuja Juicy Lips, and this is in the shade Grapefruit. I purchased a lot of these this year, and I want to make sure that I'm continuing to use them and use them up because I have a feeling with this type of product that it's not going to last as long as maybe some other types of lip products because it is so creamy and beautiful, and it is a lip, kind of like a lip gloss, lip balm, lipstick hybrid, Really gorgeous product, and one that is one of my favorite purchases of the year. And I want to make sure that I am keeping on with that momentum. Also, one of the products that is very old in my collection, but also incredibly expensive, which is why I haven't used it, which is ridiculous. So this is from Amore Pacific. This is the Vintage Single Extract Essence. Ooh, that was a mouthful. This is just a mini travel size of it, and the full size is wildly expensive, which is why I haven't used it, which is, again, silly. If you have something, use it, get enjoyment out of it. Don't just hoard it until it expires. So this is one that I'm going to be focusing on to use up, because again, I need to get out of this mindset of like savoring my makeup and my skincare. If you have it and you love it, use it. That is what I'm going to have as kind of my mantra for 2023. If you love it, use it. In that same vein, this is my newest foundation purchase. This is the foundation that I'm incredibly obsessed with. This is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I have mine in the shade Mont Blanc. It is, of course, what I'm wearing today because it's what I've been wearing since I purchased it. I really love this foundation, and I am focusing on it to pan to give myself permission to continue to use it. I will then, in projects, try to prioritize like my oldest foundations or things that I don't really love and I need to have the push to make myself use through. No, this is a foundation that I'm in love with. This is a foundation that I want to use up. Also, this is a foundation that was $50. So I definitely want to get my money's worth out of it. And I want to love what I'm using. I just do. Okay, now we're getting into some things that already have some pan on them, and I just want to focus on using them up so that I can move them out of my collection. And one of which is the oldest bronzer that I own. This is from Too Faced. This is their Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I have had this, I don't even know, probably like 8 or 9 years. It is definitely old, and I would love to get it used up. That is a bit of a lofty goal for me. I tend to go a little bit light-handed. As you can see, I don't use a ton of complexion product, so it's gonna be a long haul journey, but I'm excited to be making it. I also have a blush here, which I know actually looks like bronzer. This is from Wet n Wild. This is in the shade Rose Champagne. The packaging is broken. I do have pan. This is the only blush that I've ever hit pan on in my whole life, at least that I can recall. And I would like to get it used up. It's a really beautiful blush. It pairs nicely with a lot of different things. This is one of my favorite products. If I feel like I've gone too heavy on the blush or the color just isn't kind of sitting right with me, this is a perfect thing to kind of blend over on top and just really buff everything in together and give it a more subdued and seamless look. And I really enjoy it. I don't know if it's even available anymore, so part of it is going to be a little bit bittersweet, but I really want to use up my first blush. I'm pretty sure, as I said, that this is the first blush I've ever hit pan on. I can guarantee you I've never used up a blush ever, so that would be very, very exciting. I have so many of these blushes, so many of these highlighters from Becca. Becca still to this day has my favorite highlighter formula. So I kind of gobbled them up when I found out that they were no longer going to be available. I do have pan in this one already. This is in the shade Opal. I have a good bit of pan in there, but there's still heaps and heaps of product. So I would love to get this used up this year, and it would also be the very first highlighter that I've ever used up in its entirety. And that would be a heck of a milestone for me. I think that would be very, very fun. I have an eyeshadow. I don't think I've ever even shown this eyeshadow on my channel. This is a MAC single in the shade Ivory. As you can see, I have a ton of pan in there. This is just a shadow that I keep in my top drawer, and if the palette that I'm using doesn't have a cream colored eyeshadow, then I'll just use this instead. And It's a great shadow, but again, it is getting older. I've noticed that it doesn't pick up as nicely on my brush, and I just need to focus on getting it used up and moved out because I think that would be awesome. This is actually, it seems like it's very big. It's 3 grams. I feel like that's big for an eyeshadow, so that would be a really fun accomplishment. Even though it's only just like a cream shade, I don't care. I still feel like it would be a really good accomplishment. And then the last 2 items are items that are of no surprise to most people if you've been around. I still have these babies right here. This is what is left of my Tiny Pans Pan That palette from now coming into 2 years ago. This is what's left of the first Franken shadow that I made. And then this other pan is what's left of the other Franken shadow that I made. I was doing really well with updating this project for a very long time, and then I lost this, and then my summer just went to, you know, all business, and I just stopped using them. So I'm not going to continue updating that project, but I am going to continue to use these eyeshadows until they are finally done, and I can say that I've panned my first palette. All right, my friends, so there we have the 12 products that I am going to be focusing intently on in the coming year. Please let me know what projects you are most excited to see this year. I'm still sitting down and thinking about what projects I want to join. I'm being very dedicated to myself this year in the sense that I am genuinely not going to allow myself to over participate as I have done so many times in the past. So please let me know what you are excited to see next year, and it will help me to make my decision. I think there are going to be some new projects in there, one that I have created myself, which is exciting, as well as some beloved older projects. So I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on it. Again, thank you so much to Nordgreen for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to check all of their information out in my description box below. And again, using my affiliate code Lipstick will save you an additional 15% off of their already discounted gift sets. And if you order by the 18th, it will arrive in time for Christmas, which is so exciting. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have not yet subscribed, I hope that you'll consider doing so. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.